Champions League matches is a go for here for today. Match day 3 with matches with Monaco, Club Brugge. Club Brugge winning 4-1. I've always said do not underestimate Club Brugge. They looked really well against City and PSG last year, so that was a huge shout. Copenhagen, I believe we're winning 2-0, and then Leverkusen tied it up 2-2. Frankfurt Galatasaray are about to play, same with Man City, Napoli, Newcastle with Barcelona, and Sporting with Kariet Almaty. Honestly, only 2 games really show. I don't want to say worth watching, but favors more of the people. So honestly, I'm just gonna go more in depth in just these 2 games right here. Fast Frankfurt Galatasaray, I think it'll be a 1-1 tie with those two. Galatasaray are one of the strongest teams in Turkey right now with great new signings like Victor Osimhen. And Frankfurt, just losing 2 huge players in the past couple of years with Ekatike and Marmoush. So I'm going to have that. And then Sporting with Kami. I'm going to say Sporting with a win. Not sure the score. Here, City versus Napoli. This is going to be a huge game. Kevin De Bruyne heading back to the Etihad. You're very excited to see that. Man City legend. Napoli looked great. Rasmus Højlund getting his second start for Napoli. Scored his first goal in his first game. Love to see that. Scott McTominay in the lineup. Kevin De Bruyne, Nguzia, they just lost the winger who just joined Atletico Madrid, Raspador, with Lobogota in midfield. Di Lorenzo, Spinazzola, Savage and goal. A bunch of changes. I'm pretty sure that besides Di Lorenzo's, they have a different 3-back. Pretty sure the Uruguayan and a Colombian in defense with a Brazilian. I forgot their names, but that's what I remember from the top of my head. City with Adoku, Foden, Reinders, Bernardo Silva. That's how I had their lineup with Rodri, Gorvio, Diaz, Kushanev at right with O'Reilly playing left back. City's weird. City is a team where they lose one day and then crush the other team the other week. So, but this Napoli team, the reigning champions, they won the Scudetto last year, and they look great. It's gonna be a good match. Honestly, I think this will be a more interesting match than the Barca game, just because of, Barca. If you want to compare Barca and Newcastle, I like Newcastle's team, but Barcelona had a year themselves. I think these both games are really interesting to watch. For this match, this one's gonna be tough. I'm gonna have a 2-2 tie. I think a goal from Kevin De Bruyne just needs to have to. It's that he had. A goal from Erling Haaland from that, and then I'm gonna have a Ruben Diaz header with a goal by who should I have for Napoli? I want to say Scott McTominay. I would love to see Scott McTominay scoring that he had. I'm gonna have Scott McTominay, or Rasmus Højlund. I do like Napoli's team. A lot of players that 2 huge players that really didn't have a chance in the United team, and treated terribly with that. So I'm gonna have a 2-2 for this match here. Now this game is the one I'm gonna be watching because you're gonna have to. It's Barcelona versus Newcastle. This one's gonna be interesting for me. I love Newcastle's team. They lost Isak, which is huge. I'm a huge fan of Harvey Barnes. I've been rating him since the last 3 days. Wanted him at Liverpool. Harvey Barnes gets his start with Anthony Gordon, and Anthony Gordon. Is his name Anthony? Am I tripping? Yeah. And then Anthony Alanga. For me, a strong front 3. People are gonna be like Harvey Barnes, who I'm a huge fan of his. Huge fan of him in Leicester. Joelinton in the midfield, Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes, with Livramento was heavily linked to join Manchester City. Daniel Byrne, Scar, and Trippier. I didn't even notice he. Actually, never mind. But and then Barcelona lineup: Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal is out. He's gonna be out for a couple weeks. It's gonna have Raphiana on the right with Fermin Lopez, who looks great. Marcus Rashford heading back to England. And Pedri de Jong in defense or in the midfield with Kubarsi Araujo, Gerard Martin, Kunde, and Joan Garcia. I really want this to be an interesting match. I think Newcastle are capable of doing that. But you just look at Newcastle's past games. They haven't done anything crazy. I think the Let's Go one was preseason, but Villa's a good side, but they're also underperforming this year. So 0-0. They lost 3-2 to Liverpool. They had a good chance of winning this match. Leeds 0-0. Newly promoted side, and then only a 1-0 win against Wolves from a goal from Watson, who I can't pronounce his name right, but he is not. Can I check the bench? There's no way I can't check the bench. Wow. But Watermode I can't pronounce his name. It's not starting this match. They're almost $90 million signing. Key players to look at. I think Fermin Lopez is really good. For that Barca side, I think Fermin Lopez is gonna put a good performance in. For Newcastle, I want to say a Harvey Barnes. I'm a huge fan of Harvey Barnes. Alanga has been hurt, I believe, but it's gonna be a really interesting match, and I'm really excited to see. It's gonna be just quick. It's last minute. The game starts in like 9 minutes. So hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you guys next time.